let me talk about design considerations to accommodate multiple users in our application and control access to records. There are a couple of things that need to be considered when designing an application, like who will be using the app, what do these users expect to see and do, what data is most important, what should these users be able to see, and are there any restrictions for these users? How can the user experience be streamlined and efficient? And also, which users should be able to customize the app? I'll talk about a couple of requirements and show you tools available on this platform to tackle them. At this company, Universal Containers, recruiters need to create, view, and modify records in the positions, candidates, job applications, and reviews objects. Recruiters, hiring managers, and interviewers should not have the ability to delete any records in the recruiting app. Hiring managers should be able to create new positions and view and update all the fields for positions where they are the hiring manager. Interviewers should be able to view all positions. Interviewers should only be able to view candidates and job applications to which they have been assigned. Interviewers should not be able to see sensitive candidate information like social security numbers. Interviewers should be able to create and edit their own reviews. Based on the following needs, we can quickly create a matrix documenting the objects on x-axis and different kinds of actors like recruiter, hiring manager, and interviewer on the y-axis. I have a legend here: C for create, R for read, E for edit, and D for delete. R star, read where assigned, E star, edit where assigned, and delete where assigned. R double star, read their own records, edit their own records, and delete their own records. Based on the requirements, I can fill in this matrix. Recruiters need to create, view, and modify records in the positions, candidates, job applications, and reviews objects. Recruiters, hiring managers, and interviewers should not have the ability to delete any records in the recruiting app, so none of them get delete access. Hiring managers should be able to create new positions and view and update all fields for positions where they are the hiring manager. So they get create, read where assigned, and edit where assigned. Interviewers should be able to view all positions. Interviewers should only be able to view candidates and job applications to which they have been assigned. Interviewers should not be allowed to see sensitive candidate information like social security numbers. We cannot really document this requirement in this matrix, but we can tackle this requirement using field-level security, which I'll discuss later. Interviewers should be able to create and edit their own reviews. Let's see how to use profiles to establish these permissions. A profile is a set of permissions that control what a user can do within their organization. Every user is assigned to a profile. Let's look at profiles that are available. From Setup, Manage Users, Profiles. There are a whole bunch of profiles that are available out of the box. This is quite confusing for the first-time users, but they do come in handy while customizing the app. I also want you to notice that every profile is associated with a license type. To keep it simple, just pay attention to only the profiles that belong to the Salesforce and platform licenses. Let me open some random profile, maybe the standard user profile. Here, you can customize what page layouts are assigned for each of the object, what fields should be visible or hidden for this profile, what applications should be visible. Also, if a user can access the application using a mobile app, what tab should be visible, and what record type should be available for this profile. You also have a whole bunch of administrative permissions. Let me mention a couple of important ones, like if the user could write Apex code, access the application via API, if they can create reports and dashboards, and folders to store them, manage login policies, manage roles, manage sharing, translation, password settings, scheduling reports, transfer of record ownership, ability to view all users and data, ability to see reports and dashboards in public folders, and also the setup configuration. Most of these permissions are self-explanatory, and also general user permissions related to standard sales and service cloud applications. There are quite a few here as well. Let me highlight a couple of important ones. Activating and approving contracts, ability to convert leads into accounts, ability to download applications from App Exchange, use the dashboard builder, export reports, import leads, import solutions, manage cases, access to the report builder, run reports, ability to transfer leads or cases. Most of the permissions in this section are related to the standard objects available out of the box. Here in this section, you can customize the object level access, whether a user can read, create, edit, or delete records in any of the standard objects or custom objects, some password policies, and also you can customize the login hours and the IP ranges. For security purpose, you can let a user log in only if they are in a particular IP range. I want you to notice this. This profile is associated with a Salesforce license, and that's the reason you see permissions related to all standard objects like accounts, cases, contracts, leads, opportunities, products, price books, and solutions. Even in the field level security section, you see all the standard objects. You can see all the standard and custom apps. Let me quickly open another profile which belongs to the platform license. This one looks like the previous profile, but it does not have permissions related to all standard objects like the one before. For example, in the page layout section, I don't see leads, opportunities, cases, or solutions. Same in the field level security. And in the app section, I don't see the standard apps like sales, call center, or marketing. So the point is, a profile that belongs to a platform license lets you customize permissions related to all custom objects and custom apps, but limited permissions related to the standard objects. To quickly summarize, profiles control what standard and custom apps users can view, what tabs users can see, which record types are available to users, what page layouts can users see, object permissions that allow users to create, read, edit, and delete records, which fields within objects users can view and edit, permissions that allow users to manage system and apps within it, what Apex classes and Visualforce pages users can access. You can also control the login hours and IP ranges from which users can log in. Going back to the requirement matrix, since we have a couple of actors here, we can create a profile for recruiter, another one for hiring manager, and interviewer, and then assign users to appropriate profiles. Let's create a recruiter profile. To create a profile, you can go to Setup, Manage Users, Profiles. You can create a new profile only by cloning an existing one. It would make sense for me to clone a profile that belongs to the platform license because the recruiter needs to access only the recruiting app and doesn't need access to the standard sales or service cloud applications. Let me clone the standard platform user, which belongs to the platform license. Give this profile a name and save it. Notice that the clone profile belongs to the same license type as its parent. I can now customize the recruiter profile. The recruiter needs to see the recruiting app, all the tabs for positions, candidates, job applications, and also the recruiters need to create, view, and modify records in positions, candidates, job applications, and reviews. Recruiters should not have the ability to delete any records in the recruiting app. And save this. In the next lecture, let's talk about creating users and assigning them to a profile.